Hi, welcome to the Read With Me series, an introduction to Indian art, part 1, textbook in fine arts for class 11 NCRT. Chapter 1, Prehistoric Rock Paintings. Prehistoric rock painting, the distant past where there was no paper or language or the written word and hence no books or written document is called prehistory, or as we often say prehistoric times. How people lived in those times was difficult to surmise until scholars began to discover the places where prehistoric people lived. Excavations at these places brought to light old tools, pottery, habitats, bones of ancient human beings and animals, and drawings on cave walls. By piecing together the information deduced from these objects and the cave drawings, scholars have constructed fairly accurate knowledge about what happened and how people lived in prehistoric times when the basic needs of food, water, clothing, and shelter were fulfilled. People felt the need to express themselves. Painting and drawings were the oldest art forms practiced by human beings to express themselves using the cave walls as their canvas. Why did the prehistoric people draw these pictures? They may have drawn and painted to make their homes more colorful and beautiful, or to keep a visual record of their day to day life, like some of us who maintain a diary. The prehistoric period in the early development of human beings is commonly known as Old Stone Age or the Paleolithic Age. Prehistoric paintings have been found in many parts of the world. We do not really know if lower Paleolithic people ever produced any art objects, but by the upper Paleolithic times we see a proliferation of artistic activities. Around the world, the walls of many caves of these times are full of finely carved and painted pictures of animals which cave dwellers hunted. The subjects of drawings were human figures, human activities, geometric designs, and symbols. In India, the earliest paintings have been reported from the Upper Paleolithic times. It is interesting to know that the first discovery of rock painting was made in India in 1867 to 68 by an archaeologist, Archibald Carlyle, 12 years before the discovery of Altamira in Spain. Cockburn, Anderson, Mitra, and Ghosh were the early archaeologists who discovered a large number of sites in the Indian subcontinent. Remnants of rock paintings have been found on the walls of the cave situated in several districts of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Bihar. Some paintings have been reported from the Kumaun Hills in Uttarakhand also. The rock shelters on the bank of the river Suyal at Lakhudi about 20 kilometers on the Almora Barichena road bear these prehistoric paintings. Lakhudia literally means 1 lakh caves. The paintings here can be divided into three categories: man, animal, and geometric pattern in white, black, and red ochre. Humans are represented in stick like forms. A long snouted animal, a fox, and a multiple legged lizard are the main animal motif. Wavy lines, rectangle filled geometric designs, and group of dots can also be seen here. One of the interesting scenes depicted here is of hand-linking dancing human figures. There is some superimposition of paintings. The earliest are in black. Over these are red ochre paintings, and the last group comprises white paintings. From Kashmir, two slabs with engraving have been reported. The granite rocks of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh provided suitable canvases to the Neolithic man for his paintings. There are several such sites, but more famous among them are Kupgallu, Piklihal, and Tekkalkota. Three types of painting have been reported from here: paintings in white, paintings in red ochre over a white background, and paintings in red ochre. Hand-linking dancing figure in Lakhudiar, Uttarakhand, wavy lines in Lakhudiar, Uttarakhand. These paintings belongs to the late historical, early historical, and Neolithic period. The subjects depicted are bulls, elephant, sambar, gazelle, sheep, goat, horse, stylized humans, tridents, but rarely vegetal motif. But the richest paintings are reported from the Vindhya ranges of Madhya Pradesh and their Kaimurian extensions into Uttar Pradesh. These hill ranges are full of Paleolithic and Mesolithic remains, and they are also full of forest, wild plants, fruits, streams, and creeks, thus a perfect place for Stone Age people to live. Among these, the largest and the most spectacular rock shelter is located in the Vindhya Hills at Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. Bhimbetka is located 45 kilometers south of Bhopal in an area of 10 square kilometers, having about 800 rock shelters, 500 of which bear the paintings. The caves of Bhimbetka were discovered in 1957 to 58 by eminent archaeologist V.S. Vakankar, and later on many more were discovered. Vakankar spent several years in surveying these inaccessible hills and jungles to study these paintings. The themes of painting found here are of great variety, ranging from mundane events of daily life in those times to sacred and royal images. These include hunting, dancing, music, horse and elephant riders, animal fighting, honey collection, decoration of bodies, and other household scenes. The rock art of Bhimbetka has been classified into various groups on the basis of style, technique, and superimposition. The drawings and paintings can be categorized into several historical periods. Period 1 Upper Paleolithic, Period 2 Mesolithic, and Period 3 Chalcolithic. After Period 3 there are 4 successive periods, but we will confine here only to the first 3 phases. This is a cave entrance in Bhimbetka, Madhya Pradesh. Upper Paleolithic period. The painting of the Upper Paleolithic phase are linear representations in green and dark red of huge animal figure such as bison, elephant, tiger, rhino and boar beside stick-like human figure. A few are wash paintings, but mostly they are filled with geometric patterns. The green paintings are of dancers and the red ones of hunters. The Mesolithic period. The largest number of paintings belong to period 2 that covers the Mesolithic paintings. During this period, the theme multiply, but the paintings are smaller in size. Hunting scene predominate. The hunting scene depict people hunting in groups armed with barbed spears, pointed sticks, arrows and bows. In some paintings, these primitive men are shown with traps and snares, probably to catch animals. The hunters are shown wearing simple clothes and ornaments. Sometimes men have been adorned with elaborate head dresses and sometimes painted with mask also. Elephant, bison, tiger, boar, deer, antelope, leopard, panther, rhinoceros, fish, frog, lizard, squirrel, and at times birds are also depicted. The Mesolithic artists love to paint animals. In some pictures, animals are chasing men. In others, they are being chased and hunted by men. Some of the animal paintings, especially in the hunting scene, show a fear of animals, but many others show a feeling of tenderness and love for them. There are also a few engravings representing mainly animals. Though animals were painted in a naturalistic style, humans were depicted only in a stylistic manner. Women are painted both in the nude and clothed. The young and the old equally find place in these paintings. Children are painted running, jumping, and playing. Community dances provide a common theme. There are paintings of people gathering fruits or honey from trees and of women gathering and preparing food. Some of the pictures of men, women and children seems to depict a sort of family life. In many of the rock shelters we find handprints, fist prints and dots made by the fingertip. One of the few images showing only one animal in Bhimbetka. Coming to Chalcolithic period, period 3 covers the Chalcolithic period. The paintings of this period reveal the association, contact and mutual exchange of requirement of the cave dwellers of this area with settled agricultural communities of the Malwa plains. Many a times, Chalcolithic ceramics and rock painting bear a common motif. Example, cross-hatched square lattices, pottery and metal tools are also shown. But the vividness and vitality of the earlier period disappear from these paintings. The artist of Bhimbetka used many colors including various shades of white, yellow, orange, red, ochre, purple, brown, green and black, but white and red were their favorite colors. The paints were made by grinding various rocks and minerals. They got red from hematite, the green from the stone called chalcedony, white might have been out of limestone. The rock of mineral was first ground into a powder. This may then have been mixed with water and also with some thick or sticky substance such as animal fat or gum or resin from trees. Brushes were made of plant fiber. What is amazing is that these colors have survived thousands of years of adverse weather condition. It is believed that the colors have remained intact because of the chemical reaction of the oxide present on the surface of the rocks. The artists here made their paintings on the walls and ceilings of the rock shelter. Some of the paintings are reported from the shelter where people lived, but some others were made in places which do not seem to have been living spaces at all. Perhaps these places have some religious importance. Some of the most beautiful paintings are high up on rock shelter or close to the ceiling of rock shelter. One may wonder why early human beings chose to paint on a rock in such an uncomfortable position. The paintings made at these places were perhaps for people to be able to notice them from distance. The painting, though from the remote past, do not lack pictorial quality. Despite various limitations such as acute working condition, inadequate tools, materials, etc., there is a charm of simple rendering of scenes of the environment in which the artist lived. The men shown in them appear adventurous and rejoicing in their life. The animals are shown more youthful and majestic than perhaps they actually were. The primitive artist seems to possess an intrinsic passion for storytelling. These pictures depict in a dramatic way both men and animal engaged in the struggle for survival. In one of the scenes, a group of people have been shown hunting a bison. In the process, some injured men are depicted lying scattered on the ground. In another scene, an animal is shown in the agony of death and the men are depicted dancing. Painting shown a man being hunted by a beast at Bhimbetka. These kind of paintings might have been given a man a sense of power over the animals he would meet in the open. This practice is common among primitive people of today also. They engrave or paint on rocks as part of the ritual they perform at birth, at death, at coming of ages and at time of marriage. They dance masked during hunting rites to help them kill animal difficult to find or kill. The painting of the individual animal show the mastery of skill of the primitive artist in drawing these forms. Both proportion and tonal effect have been realistically maintained in them. It is interestingly to note that at many rock art sites, often a new painting is painted on top of an older painting. At Bhimbetka, in some places, there are as many 20 layers of painting on one top of the other. Why did the artist paint in the same place again and again? Maybe this was because the artist did not like his creation and painted another painting on the previous one, or some of the paintings and places were considered sacred or special, or this was because the area have been used by different generation of people at different times. These prehistoric paintings help us to understand about early human beings, their lifestyle, their food habits, their daily activities, and above all they help us understand their mind, the way they thought. Prehistoric period remains a great witness to the evolution of human civilization through the numerous rock weapons, tools, ceramics, and bonds. More than anything else, the rock paintings are the greatest wealth the primitive human beings of this period left behind. Hunting scene predominate the Mesolithic painting. This is one such scene where a group of people are shown hunting a bison. Some injured men are depicted lying scattered on the ground. These paintings show the mastery in the skill of drawing these forms. Dancing scenes in this picture. Hand-linked figures in dancing mode are shown. In fact, this is a recurrent theme. It also recalls the dancing scene from the Lakhudia rock painting found in Uttarakhand. Thank you.